You've been grinding out bicep curls for months, maybe years, and your arms still looking like breadsticks. Meanwhile, that guy at your gym who barely touches the curl rack is walking around with arms that look like they were carved out of marble. What gives? Here's the thing nobody wants to tell you. Your biceps aren't even half your arm. Look at your arm right now. Flex it. See that muscle on top? That's your bicep. Now flip your arm over. That entire backside? That's your tricep. And it takes up about 60% of your arm's total mass. So if you're spending 80% of your arm day curling, you're literally ignoring the majority of what makes your arms look big. But here's where it gets really interesting. The fastest way to build bigger arms isn't isolating them at all. Your arms grow the most when they're working as hard as possible. And when are they working hardest? When they're helping move serious weight on compound movements. When you're doing a heavy barbell row, your biceps are fighting to hold hundreds of pounds. When you're pressing heavy overhead, your triceps are firing like crazy. Compare that to a 25-pound dumbbell curl. It's not even close. There's actually research backing this up. A study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that people who focused on compound movements built just as much arm size as people who did tons of isolation work. Except the compound group also got way stronger and built more total muscle everywhere else. Let me break down what actually builds monster arms. First, your pulling movements. Chin-ups, pull-ups, rows. These are your real bicep builders. When you're doing a chin-up with an underhand grip, your biceps are the primary mover. You're lifting your entire body through a huge range of motion. Compare that to curling 10% of your body weight. Which one do you think is building more muscle? Now let's talk triceps. If you want arms that actually fill out a t-shirt sleeve, you need to get obsessed with pressing. Heavy bench press, overhead press, close grip bench, dips. These movements pack more meat on your tricep than 1,000 tricep kickbacks ever could. Your triceps have 3 heads, and when you're doing a heavy compound press, all 3 are firing at once.
Dips especially are insane for tricep growth. If you can add 50 pounds to your weighted dip, your triceps will blow up. But nobody wants to do them because they're hard. Now I know what you're thinking, but what about the pump? The pump feels great, it's addictive, but the pump is not the same thing as growth. Real muscle growth happens when you progressively overload, and you can't overload a bicep curl the same way you can overload a chin-up or a row. So here's how you actually structure your training. On your pull days, start with heavy compound movements. Pull-ups, chin-ups, barbell rows. Go heavy, push for progressive overload. Your biceps are getting hammered. Then, at the end, when your biceps are already fried, throw in 2 or 3 sets of curls. You're finishing off a muscle that's already been worked. Same logic on push days. Start with heavy presses, bench, overhead press, dips. Your triceps are getting crushed. Then at the end, add some isolation work, cable pushdowns, overhead extensions, 2 or 3 sets to exhaust the muscle. Here's the beautiful part. Your arms are getting hit way harder and way more frequently than if you just had one arm day doing a million curls. Every time you train back, your biceps are working. Every time you train chest or shoulders, your triceps are working. You're getting way more total volume without even trying.
Think about every jacked person you know. The guys with legitimately big arms. They're crushing heavy rows. They're doing weighted chin-ups. They're pressing serious weight. They're not spending an hour doing concentration curls in front of the mirror. Here's the mental shift you need to make. Stop training your arms. Start training movements. Stop thinking, I'm going to do biceps today. Start thinking, I'm going to get better at pulling. When you focus on performance instead of pumps, everything changes. So, here's your action plan. Tomorrow, take whatever you're doing for arms and cut it in half. Then add more volume to your compound lifts. More pull-ups, more rows, more presses, more dips. Train like this for 3 months. Focus on getting stronger on the big lifts. Add weight to the bar, add reps. And at the end of those 3 months, measure your arms. I promise they'll be bigger than if you spent those 3 months doing endless curls. Because here's what nobody tells you. The fastest way to build any body part is to get as strong as possible on the exercises that use that body part the most. It's not sexy, you won't get the same pump, but it works way better than what you're probably doing right now. Stop spending all your time on exercises that give you the least return. Start focusing on movements that actually build muscle. 6 months from now, you'll be the guy at the gym with the arms everyone's asking about. Not because you spent all your time curling, but because you got strong as hell.